Can I work in Canada? This is the most frequently asked question by students and their parents if they wish to come to Canada on study permit. And this is obvious to ask this question because international students are paying huge amount of tuition fees. There are living expenses, there are accommodation, there are food, grocery, there are transportation. There are huge expenses behind one student. And if they are allowed to work in Canada while they complete their studies, then definitely that helps them financially to support their living expenses. Now this is very important session for you. If you are planning to come to Canada on study, or you are already inside Canada and studying in your field, I'm going to explain you what are the conditions you have to maintain in order to work in Canada. So let's start now. Students in Canada, they are allowed to take studies part-time and they are allowed to take studies full-time. So in case you are taking part-time studies in regular semester, then you are not allowed to work. Keep that in mind. If you enroll full-time in your regular semester, you are allowed to work 20 hours per week. So in this case, please make sure you only work 20 hours per week. Do not exceed your hour. If you breach that condition, then there will be a huge problem for you to get your permanent residency, and that's a severe non-compliance of your condition. So make sure whatever conditions I am discussing today, you have to follow those conditions. If they find it, you have to go home. Take this serious and follow all these conditions. All international students are allowed to come to Canada 3 weeks prior to their program starts. So make sure you come within that 3 weeks. Now in this case, international students cannot work until they begin their program of study. So you should start attending your college, you start studying your program, and then you are allowed to work. So make sure you come to Canada, get little bit settled, little bit established, and once you start your program of study, then you can start working part-time. Now there are scheduled breaks. There are summer breaks, there are winter breaks, there are scheduled breaks between the semesters. In that scheduled break, you are allowed to work full-time without any condition, without any restrictions. You can work with any employer, and you can work full-time, overtime, and try to earn maximum money that will help you to support yourself. Now, in last semester, you are allowed to take part-time studies and you still allowed to work 20 hours. After last semester, when you complete your studies and you are waiting for your completion letter to come, until that time, you are allowed to work 20 hours. Now, once you complete your study and you got your completion letter, once you get your certificate and once you get your transcript and grades, now that consider you have successfully completed your program. Once you complete your studies and the day you apply for postgrad open work permit, between that gap, you are not allowed to work any single hour. So please make sure once you complete studies, immediately apply for postgrad open work permit, and until you are waiting for decision to get your postgrad open work permit, that's called maintain status. And during that period, you are allowed to work full time without any restrictions. So take an advantage of this, that you are able to work for any employer, any province, any amount of time that will give you more benefits. Now currently processing time of postgrad open work permit is 133 days. In those days you can work in skilled job. That experience will count against your Canadian experience class experience entry profile, or if you work in lower skilled job, that experience will count in your PNP application. And importantly, the work experience you gain within that period is allowed and considered in the Canadian experience class, considered for your PR. Now coming back to our topic, if you graduated from one program and you don't wanted to go for postgrad open work permit immediately, you wanted to study another program, in that case, if you complete your program and another program starts within 150 days, during that period, you are allowed to work full time. Now, sometimes you are not able to enroll yourself in full-time studies in regular semester. In that time, if you enroll yourself part-time in regular semester and the second semester you are taking full-time, between these two semesters you are not allowed to work, because if you enroll in your previous semester for part-time studies then you cannot work full time between the semester gap. So make sure your previous semester should be full time of studies. Okay, generally this happen when students come to Canada on May intake and they do not have regular programs available, or program get full, so they have to take part-time studies. In that case, things happen. If you are taking the part-time studies, then you must wait until you start your second semester with full-time study, and then you are allowed to work. Now this topic is very, very important for all of those international students around the world who wanted to come to Canada on study. They should know what are the conditions imposed on their study permit application. This is complete guide for you. Now, if you need additional information, I'm always there. My team is always there to help you, support you, advise you, and guide you. Please subscribe to our channel, and we make sure you will get all this kind of information in our further videos too. Thanks and have a nice day. Bye.